my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota. I hope y'all are having a good weekend. I'm going to do all the chores I need to do first because there's a bunch of them. First of all, I screwed up my schedule. I forgot tomorrow was a holiday. So I'm going to let y'all reap the benefit of that. The first 3 people that hit me up at Taurotatarot@gmail.com will get a $8 reading. That's the first 3 people that watch this. And hit me up in the Gmail, Taurotatarot@gmail.com. You will get an $8 reading. That's my bad. I messed up. I forgot tomorrow's a holiday. So, yeah. I need to be reading tomorrow, tomorrow. So the first 3 people that hit me up in the email, in the inbox, you can get an $8 reading today. And that's good until 6 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. There you go. Okay. Thank you to everybody that has liked, shared, and subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you all. Taurus, this is going to be your weekly update. We rolling Monday through Tuesday. Tomorrow, the 20th, through next Tuesday, the 28th. Then it's the end of the damn month. Who knew? Just saying. I'm just saying. This is a busy week for a lot of you. It seems like you got a lot of projects up in the air. Many of you may be trying to get kids, something with a lot of you with your kids, trying to get them situated. I don't know what's going on with that. But others of you may be trying to get entrepreneurial projects up and off the ground. Trying to deal with the details of such. If this is the case, that's resonating with you. Get it done. Make a decision. You got a Mercury retrograde coming up here. I believe it's the second week in February, if I'm not mistaken. So just know we're getting ready to roll back into that energy as if shit were not already crazy enough. Let's just slow everything down with some bullshit. At any rate, a lot of you on the romantic side are having issues, trying to make decisions, trying to even attract a decent mate. Some of you are attracting folks, but you're like, where the hell y'all come from? I know y'all said doing different, but damn. I hear you. I have a feeling the cards are getting ready to explain to us what we need to be doing. Again, this is Taurus Weekly Update. We're rolling Monday through Tuesday, Monday the 20th tomorrow through next Tuesday, the 28th. So overall energy from the big cards, light and truth. Monday, mental conflict. Tuesday, rejoice and celebration. Wednesday, solitude. Thursday, patience. Friday, your centerpiece card, memories of love. Saturday, fulfillment of wishes. Sunday, moving on. Monday, accelerated motion. And for next Tuesday, the 28th, third eye chakra. Okay. And from the little deck, see what we got going on here. The light card is pulling the Knight of Swords for your overall energy and truth. Is pulling the 2 of Wands. A reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. Mental conflict is pulling the 3 of Coins. Rejoice and celebration is pulling the 10 of Wands. Solitude. Wheel of Fortune. Patience. 5 of Wands. Memories of love, centerpiece, Princess of Swords, fulfillment of wishes is pulling the 2 of Coin, moving on is pulling the High Priestess, accelerated motion is pulling the 8 of Cups, third eye chakra is pulling the commitment card, the Hierophant. All right, so let's see what the hoo-ha we got going on. It's a busy week. Like I said, it's a busy week. We got the Wheel of Fortune up here, and we have the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So feeling like the Wheel of Fortune is just getting to the last little clickety click, click, click before it stops. And then you will see what you got to work with. Boop, boop. And where commitment fits into all of that. How you like that? Overall energy. A lot of you are standing up in your light. You're trying to get out of your little bushel, out of your meadow, as it were. But like I said, for those of you, especially on a romantic front, this could be business too. You're just kind of chasing the horse, chasing you, chasing the horse, chasing you, chasing the horse, chasing you. You got a lot of things on the table, and your energy is scattered. Let's just kick that about now. If it's on the board, it's in play at any point, so it's on the board. Even though this is Thursday's card, I'm feeling like this now. And of course, my favorite thing to represent that, this, just your brain all over the damn place. No focus, energy is scattered. You put a lot of you, and me included, putting your energy just like tomorrow. I don't have tomorrow figured out yet because I forgot it's a holiday and it's a holiday week. So I'm just thinking tomorrow's a regular day, and I got some readings tomorrow evening. But I'm like, wait, tomorrow's not just a holiday. Got too many things on my mind, too many things just going all over the place, and I feel like a lot of you are going through the same things. There's so much shit. You got too many damn irons in the fire. Let me point this out. Let me get this out while I have this card in my hand. Even though this is Thursday's card, like I said, if it's on the board, it's in play. If you've got people coming at you about projects and they need your help and they want you to do this, and I know a lot of Tauruses do this because we're good at a lot of practical paperwork type shit. Pick your poison. That's what I'm going to tell you. Pick your poison. Some things that may sound good and look good on paper, you get to the back end of that, it's a lot of work. And what people don't know about a lot of Tauruses, we like hard work and we like to work hard, but we also like to Netflix and chill hard too. So if you've got stuff that may seem like it's going to be a good whatever, but it's infringing on your me time, give it some thought. Give it some serious thought. And don't have, pick it. Pick what you're doing. If you want to focus on school right now, then focus on school, and to hell with everything else. If you're trying to focus on your career right now, focus on that. Don't get caught up with everybody else's shit. Obviously, the patience card is down here. So for whatever it is you're trying to get into or thinking about getting into or are into, it's going to require your patience. But again, don't let shit have your mind all frazzled and have things imposing on your me time. Your me time is important, and probably this year just as important as it was last year, probably more so this year because of decision. This is really decision making time. I think last year was just sort of like a test run, but this year is the real deal. You got to make decisions of what you want to do in the upcoming decade. So you can't have your attention in 50 different places. You're going to have to narrow that down. Let's get back up here. Overall energy. Where it starts, and a lot of you are feeling like this, like you're just chasing the damn horse. But sometimes that comes with standing in your own light. People will just, that you don't expect or noticing you are going to notice you, and you don't know what you're doing. Should you stay? Should you pick this one? Or should you let that one chase you? Or should you be chasing them? It's that kind of all over the place energy. And again, like I said, a lot of times when you stand up in your own light, this is what happens, especially if you're going through transformation, as most of us are, with Uranus transiting through Taurus right now. On the back end of your overall energy and what's holding you down, it's the truth. And it's your truth. And if you've been following along the past 3-4 weeks, this card's been popping up in various places about you, Taurus, dealing with your own truth. And so this is kind of this is the part of your overall energy that's in your gut. This is really what you're dealing with, your truth, and what it is that you like, what you don't like, what has hurt you in the past, what you don't want to hurt you in the future. And so then that brings this up, the Two of Wands, where you kind of back at the picture and going, okay, do I like the picture like it is, or do I want to add something? And it's really about, this is not so much about, what do I want to say? It's not so much about recreating anything. It's about looking at what you've manifested and what needs tweaking. That's where you are right now. A lot of you have manifested a lot of dates, just as an example. But you're looking at them like, huh? Ooh, I didn't know. Okay, you know what? We'll call you. Don't call us. That kind of energy. And so this is really making sure you understand what your truth is, and then tweaking it when it comes to manifesting certain things, because you may be getting those job offers, but there's some weird perky shit in there that you wouldn't think about doing on a good day, much less a bad day. So this is your overall energy and kind of where your head is right now. As we get into the start of the week, you may be trying to make plans to do certain things, but again, you got a lot of options and a lot of shit going on, and that can just put you into a state of mental conflict because you got so much going on. You're thinking about so many things that are changing in your life, making plans, but it's like, and for a lot of you, it's just plain old mental conflict. It's not about being hurt or somebody doing something to you or you putting yourself in a situation to be hurt. None of that. This is just about trying to make some plans and looking at what you have to make plans with. It might be going. You may have a date, but it might not be just the date you're looking for or the right date and you're going to the wrong place. That type of energy. Good job, but just wrong pay. I'm just saying. So that's where some of you are. You're trying to make decisions off of the information that you have. I'm going to tell you what the energy is as it is right now. If you can hold off making any kind of big decisions, particularly where your money or your job is concerned, I would definitely do that. When we get into Tuesday's energy, this is definitely work related. A lot of you have been just carrying everybody else's shit. Help is on the way. And of course, they're celebrating them small victories. And even though this may not seem like a big thing to you, we spend so much of our time at work. Most of us spend between 8 and 12 hours a day at our job, or getting ready for our job, or coming home or going to our job. So we spend a lot of time at work, and sometimes we don't realize when we carry on that extra responsibility, it weighs on you. Even at home, it just weighs on you. For some of you, it's just resonating back about traffic, amount of traffic that you're sitting in. There may be a situation where you live, there may be a new freeway opening up, or there may be a new way to get you to work. You may have a new train they're building near you, or Uber or Lyft, however that's resonating. But something stressful and something you probably aren't even realizing is stressful getting ready to come up off of you. And again, celebrating those small victories for things like that. Because while we may not realize it in that moment overall, those kinds of things, especially where you're carrying a lot of responsibility, they weigh us down in every area of our life. When we get to Wednesday's energy, you're gonna want to do this if this is resonating with you. If you feel like the transformation is just about to click, 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 you need to take some time. And I'm gonna say this to everybody. Just take some time. Find some time this week. It ain't got to be Wednesday. It could be Friday, Saturday, whenever. But take some time. Do some reading maybe. Do some journaling. Those of you that meditate, do some meditating. Probably not a bad time to clear the energy in your home. So you may want to shift some things around, burn some sage, throw down some salt on your floor, kind of just clear out whatever's lingering from last week, last year, whatever. But you're going to need this. This is a good omen. As always, like I like to say, devil is in the details. But this is a good omen for most of you for upcoming relationships, upcoming new jobs. It may seem like things have been stuck. Matter of fact, for some of you, it may seem like a lot of things just stopped altogether. You'll see some forward movement sometime in the next week or two. Be patient, and again, take time to meditate, especially when it comes to having to make any type of decisions about, do I want this one or do I want that one? As I said over here, if you can hold off making a big decision for a minute, you'll feel it when it's right to make the decision. Most of you right now are probably so anxious and so far up in your head with a lot of stuff going on. Just don't even try it. Don't even try it. When we get to Thursday's energy, same thing. What I said before, focusing on what it is you want to do and not scattering your energy around for everybody. Particularly people asking you to do things for them. There should be a price tag attached to whatever you're doing, Taurus. If you're doing something for somebody, now's the time. If you haven't said it, now's the time to start speaking up about your money and how you intend on getting paid. A lot of times people will just take advantage of you because they know, you're good at what you do and you're going to say yes anyway. You already got a million things to do. What the hell? Make it 1,000,001. And you aren't getting compensated for what you're doing. Again, be patient. if you can hold off, I'm going to say that one more time, making any big decisions about anything, I would do that. You will feel when the time is right. Your centerpiece and your challenge card, the Princess of Swords on top of memories of love. Don't get careless. That's what's coming back off of this. Don't get careless, especially with exes. Some of you may have exes kind of resurfacing and re-showing up, as it were, trying to bounce back. There may be some good qualities here in some of these exes. Of course, you're going to know that better than I am, and you know what the relationship was like before you broke off, but this is really pounding back to maybe somebody that you broke up with and you didn't really want to, but because of time, circumstance, money, whatever else, you couldn't get it together. Don't get careless, you know, because you got a lot of folks in your face right now, and the tendency might be to just, you know, kind of blow an ex off because it's old news. Don't do that. Don't get that careless. Don't get that careless, because you may pass up on something that actually would be very good for you. Just because it's an ex doesn't mean it can't be a now. Of course, you're not trying to get back with the ex that was a complete and total asshole. That's not what you're trying to do. But for those of you that this is resonating with, that ex that for whatever reason it just didn't go at that point, and this is your challenge, to not get careless, to not let your thinking, because this is air energy, not let your thinking get you so far off track that you, because a lot of times, especially when we're dealing with exes or past things, even for some of you, old jobs that may be seeking you out now, they found out you got a degree or you've been somewhere X amount of months, years, days, whatever, and you've got a special talent, they may be trying to come back, and the tendency might be, well, it's work there already, I ain't trying to go. Don't get careless with your decision making and your thinking about things from your past. Yes, new year, new decade, everybody is beating that thought and that idea home, whether you're listening to me or on TV, everybody's talking about, it's a new decade. Yeah. And we should be trying to clear our energy of old toxic shit that's not good for us, but everything out of our past is not bad. I'm going to just throw that out there. So try to keep your thinking in line, and don't get careless and don't get negative on top of all of that. Just kind of expect the best, whatever you decide. But for the next 7 or 10 days, keep your mind open. Again, don't get negative with your thinking. When we get to Saturday's energy, fulfillment of wishes. While we're reading it this way, this may be relationship related, and you're coming out of a wishy-washy phase. If I were reading it upside down, you are no longer stuck in that, I wonder what if I did, but you kind of out of that, and because you're coming out of that, it'll be easier to see where you've got wishes coming true. For a lot of you, this is work related. You've been trying to get something, and you may have been wishy-washy, double dribbling back and thinking, I don't know, and maybe you never, It's right there. And once you get out of this wishy-washy mode, you'll see this. You'll see this. A lot of you, and I feel you, it's difficult when you got 50 million decisions to make, and you have to pinpoint down. This is about a specific thing. So for those of you that this is resonating with, if it's job related, it may also be relationship related, but once you come out of that wishy-washy thinking and get where you're making a decision in your head and your heart, you will see where the fulfillment of your wishes are. When we get to next Sunday's energy, the High Priestess sitting on top of the moving on. So it's major. It's major. It's major energy. Take a look at everything that you have. Consider what you need to move on from. And this is all the same energy this week. It's about, just too many irons in the fire. Some of you may be confused about certain issues, about what's going on in your life. Take a step back and just look at everything on offer, from relationships to jobs and things that are not working for you. Let go. MoveOn.org. Fuck it. Just be gone. And this may not be the easiest energy to deal with. This may not be the easiest thing to see. For many of you, this may be family related, dealing with sisters and brothers, cousins, other siblings, and time to let somebody go because it's toxic. The situation is toxic. But you'll know when you get here, and for those of you, once you look at it and see if it's got negative energy tied to it in any kind of way, let it go. Move on. And especially where these are, as far as family is concerned, long time arguments about the same thing. And everybody got their side, and whenever this topic comes up, everybody just gets all bent out of shape, whether it's Thanksgiving dinner, Easter dinner, or just Sunday dinner. Every time this particular topic comes up, it just gets all the fucking, everybody's just all up in your face. Well, I know I ain't think like that. Speak your piece and move on. Don't get stuck in this energy, and let the universe kind of throw out what it's going to give you. I don't know, coming back. Just take what the universe is going to give you in replacement for whatever it is that you're letting go and moving on from. Because there will be a gift there for you at the end of that. Just throw that out there. When we get to next Monday's energy, those of you trying to get on some solid terra firma, especially emotionally, from cups, and you trying to get out of the emotional seesaw, swing set, roller coaster thing and get onto some solid ground, you'll see accelerated motion in that area. And wherever this is for you, this is definitely resonating back for relationships. If you've been seesawing or somebody else has been seesawing and you just like, fuck it, I'm tired of this. Need some Pepto-Bismol to keep this shit down because messing with you is a mess. And you're trying to get on this. Once you start making moves, and this moving on card right before it can relate to this as well. Once you start making decisions, come back to this as well. Get out of that wishy-washy and get in your head, okay, this is what I'm doing. The accelerated motion will kick in for you. Just saying. At the end of all of this, use your intuition. Use that third eye. And I know this came up, I think, for the weekend read. Use that third eye when it comes to dealing with decisions about commitment. And, of course, relationships, but work as well. Use your third eye to guide you in making decisions about your work and relationships and things that you want to be committed to you and things you want to commit to. However that's resonating. Use your intuition as best you can. I know the energy is flip-flopping around and it's hard to even just get a hold of a piece of something, but do your best. Have some patience not only with the people and the things around you, but with yourself as well. And just know that all is well and just flow through the energy as best you can without getting too stuck in your head, getting too negative, too overly anything. Try to keep some balance. Let's see what the oracles got for you, Taurus, for this upcoming week. Back to basics. Take your time. Woo. Let go. Well, damn it. It's a team effort. Get a new story. I'm going to throw one more out here. Laugh. Of course, that was going to come up as always. So, just off the rip. You know, shit getting too serious, too much, brain on fire, blah, blah, blah. Find something to laugh about. This is life. It ain't that damn serious for real. It just ain't. We make it more serious than it needs to be. This is not stroke out material. Please just find something to laugh about. Take your time. I know I've said that 100 times. But when you're trying to sort out what it is that you need to do. Now, let me put the disclaimer with this. You ain't got all day. Just throw that out there. You ain't got all day. But when you sit down and figure out what it is you want to do, take your time through that process. Take your time. Have some patience with yourself. Get a new story. Ex-job, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-lover, blah, 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 blah. Memories of love. And getting careless with your thinking. It's that air energy. Get a new story. Yeah, we broke up and blah, 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 but we're back together. Get on that new story ASAP. Don't stay in that stuck energy of what happened in the past. For many of you, it feels like the situation was just something that was totally out of your control, or maybe out of your lover's control, and you couldn't stay, you had to move, whatever the case is. If you decide to go back into this, get a new story. Back to basics. Get back to basics. Get grounded, Taurus. And getting grounded is something you probably want to do this year, every week this year. Find a tree to put your back up on. You waiting at the bus stop. A lot of bus stops have trees next to them. Put your back up against the tree for a few minutes. That'll ground you immediately. Those of you that live in warmer climates like I do, go to the park and sit your butt down. Sit down on the ground in the grass, none blanket, none of the rest of that shit. Wear your old jeans and just sit your butt down on the grass. But get grounded so you can get back to basics and realize what is important to you as you're making decisions about what you want to do moving forward. It's a team effort. So those of you that are in relationships and you got kids and you got stuff going on, you may want to try to delegate. And that's some of this energy right here, letting go of some of this stress. You may want to try to delegate some of what's going on. If you got kids that are over 8 years old and know how to boil a doggone egg under adult supervision, you're in the house, let them get up and start breakfast in the morning. It ain't got to be you every day. I'm just saying. If you got kids that are old enough and they can get dinner started before you get home from work, it's a team effort. It ain't just, everybody doing their own thing. It's a team effort. And wherever you need to reiterate this, at home, at work, just remind folks, you're not the only one. Once again, that's stress right there. You're not the only one around capable of doing stuff. It's a team effort. So if there's more than one person in the house, more than one person in the office, damn it, it's a team effort. Taurus, I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Don't forget, the first 3 people that hit me up in my inbox will get an $8 reading. I will talk to y'all soon. Love you. Bye-bye.